Hello everyone, my name is Jennifer and welcome to Best Kept Plans. Today's video is going to be a plan with me for the week of January 1st through the 7th, 2024, using my traveler's notebook from Archer and Olive. If you're interested in seeing that, please stick around. Here we are in my traveler's notebook. I'm going to be going with a vertical layout for this week's spread, and it's going to go over 4 pages. For this spread, we're going to be using a number of different stamps. I'll be using the set on the left from Studio Calico and the set on the right from Heidi Swap. I'll be using this stamp set from Elle's Studio. I will be using one of these stamps from Close to My Heart. I'll be using this set from My Favorite Things, and I'll be using the January stamp from this set from Paper Person, as well as my favorite number stamps from Heidi Swap. For this spread, we're going to be using 3 different colored distressed oxides, as well as my black VersaFine ink. I was definitely a bit nervous going into putting this spread together. It was my first time putting a spread together in this size notebook, but I was also feeling very inspired and creative, and I'm very pleased with the way the spread ended up coming out. I'm basically separating each page into 2 columns. And so the first column, the leftmost column, which we're working on right now, is going to be where I have the month and the week. I have used a similar design to this one in a prior spread in my B5. I loved the way that these 3 colors went together, and I did something similar where I kind of layered a larger swatch, a smaller swatch, and then an outline stamp. I did put down the January stamp from Paper Person, and now I'm sneaking in the week number stamp underneath it. I could have pushed the January stamp up a little bit. I kind of forgot that I was going to try to put the week number stamp underneath, so it is a little bit tight because I was planning on putting a line separating the page down the middle, but it did end up working out, and I do like the way that that little cluster ended up coming out. We're going to actually come back to that towards the end of this video. Now I am going through and I'm putting together the little stamp clusters that I'm going to be using as almost like a header or a background for the date and day of the week. And what I'm doing is I am basically alternating the colors that I'm using with each of these stamps. So I'm using 3 different stamps. One of them is a larger kind of watercolor-esque stamp. We have this rectangular outline stamp, and then we have this smaller rectangular kind of paint swatch looking stamp. Now that I have all of the headers together, I'm going in with the date and day of the week. And what I realized after putting down Monday is that I really need the day of the week to be down first, because I'm going to use that as a base for where the number stamp is going to start off of. I wanted things to be kind of lined up as good as they could be, and because this set of number stamps is all different heights, I needed to go based off of the day of the week stamp. Now that we're done with Monday through Wednesday, we're moving into the second set of pages for this spread and doing the exact same thing. We're using the same 3 stamps and stamp colors to put headers together for each day of the week. I'm referencing the page before it quite a bit because I'm rotating the colors the same way that I did on the last page, and also trying to kind of rotate the orientation of where the stamps are. That way you have a little bit of, dynamic going on with regards to where the stamps are placed or their orientation. Now that I have all of the headers down, we are going in with our days of the week, and then we will go in with the date stamps. I did have a little bit of an error on Friday. The stamp didn't completely press down onto the page, which is unfortunate, but Other than that, I think these clusters came out really fun. I love the way that they look. I love that the colors switch things up a little bit. I, of course, love those number stamps from Heidi Swap. Now we're going down into the bottom right corner of this second page, and I'm putting together another cluster using the 3 different stamps and stamp colors. And I'm also pulling in this quote stamp from Heidi Swap that says, "You are doing great." And that's going to serve as a little quote cluster for this page. I did decide that I wanted to go back into the first page and put another quote sticker, and instead of creating a separate cluster, I decided to build off of the cluster where I had put January and the week number. So I added in 2 more of the stamps, and then I put down this really cute quote stamp from a set from Studio Calico. And once we have that down, I am going to go in and put lines to separate each day of the week. Now, unfortunately, when I put that first line down between Tuesday and Wednesday, my hand slipped and it actually messed up the ink in that new cluster that I created, which was unfortunate, but it doesn't look that terrible. And overall, I'm actually really, really happy with the way that this spread came out. I'm very excited to use it. I hope you all enjoyed this video. And as always, everyone, please be safe. Bye-bye.